Anytime you're dealing with baits that either have an arm like a spinnerbait or a buzzbait, or even these weedless jigs, one of the most popular methods to paint these are using like vinyl paints. I have this nice little kit with a selection of colors with a whole variety of colors that you can use. But for starters, you do have to have a base coat, you know, which a base coat being white. We want to use white to paint over this lead. We're going to let that dry for 15 to 20 minutes and then add our second color. Let's go ahead and paint our base coat. You don't have to be a master painter for this base coat. We just want to get this good and covered. Actually, and if your paint's a little thick, you want to make sure it's thin, because like on this jig, we spent some effort getting this detail with these eyes and the scale. So you don't want to fill that back up with paint. So just give it a nice light coat. It's looking pretty good. Hang it on your rack and let it dry. So then you'll wait probably 15-20 minutes. I did one to save some time here, and so we do have our base coated what's going to be a spinnerbait already done here. So our next step is to paint another color. And I think we're going to select, take yellow. Sounds like a good color. So again, just this paint, this kit comes with, you know, this paint's already ready to go, pretty thinned out, but you want to check it, and if it needs to be a little thinner, just add some paint thinner. And just take your time. It's amazing what the things start to take shape here just by adding a couple colors. Now I could come back and could airbrush this and add a white belly and maybe a dark top, you know, that would represent some type of bait fish pattern. Or you can just leave it plain, add your 3D eyes and then add the skirt. But hey, I mean, as far as it goes, we're pretty much ready to go on to the finishing step after that. Well, I think our paint's dry. Let's finish this spinnerbait. I have all my stuff, all my components laid out over here that I'm going to need. So let me grab what I need. And what you want to start with, just get a spinnerbait that's already done out if you're not accustomed to making these, and just follow the sequence and the order of how things are made here. First one is a single bead. Let's get these beads over here. Put a single bead down the shaft. And then next is going to be a clevis with the first Colorado spinnerbait. So this goes on there, just like that. Next goes on the Colorado blade and the clevis. Make sure you get your blade on right. You don't want it, the bait's going to go through the water like this. You want the blade on the right way. You don't want it upside. This is upside down. Put the blade down towards the jig. Perfect. Next is going to be 2 more beads. Two. We're almost finished. And the final step will be to add a snap swivel and the willow leaf blade, which is your primary blade. So we'll just put that on there. I like to use these make a nice round bend. These rounded pliers. You're down there. You still want to be able to get that snap swivel back under there before you lock it down. And then I'll use my regular needle nose and just tighten that up. There we go. Now we'll add willow leaf. We're almost done with the construction of the components. It's taking shape here. Here we go. A few more steps and we'll have a spinnerbait ready to cast and catch bass or pike. Now, over here, let's see, we got a selection of skirt bodies. I think yellow, we'll put on this black skirt body. That's a nice. And let's go back when we molded this, with this collar. It's kind of a rounded collar. It's designed to either tie, you could tie off of this synthetic hair or natural deer hair, or you can just add these rubber skirts, which really do dance in the water. So let's go ahead, put this on here, just thread it on like you're threading on a minnow or night crawler. Let's get it up over that collar, which is going to hold your skirt. Yeah, that actually, look, that would catch fish right there, guarantee you. But we're going to add some eyes, and then it'll officially be done. Got these eyes here, which you just peel off and stick on in the recessed eye socket. Very nice. I mean, it's just amazing. The more you add, the more these things take shape. Do one more. The spinnerbait, an almost final product. And it is I mean, you could use this bait right now. The one thing I do like to do is add an epoxy coat, which is this stuff right over here. And what that'll do, you put a coat of that on there on your painted head, and it's going to withstand, if you're casting around stumps or over rocks, your head's going to hold up. It's not going to chip as easily. So that is one extra step, but hey, this baby's ready for action. Now the process of making a bass jig is virtually the same. You're going to want a base coat of white to cover that lead. So go ahead and we'll paint that white and let that dry. Next, you're going to want to select the color that you want to paint that jig head. Now I did one up and I painted it green, which was one of the selections here. After that, add your eyes. We added the eyes to this bait and also added a clear coat of epoxy. I finished it that far. Now this baby's ready to go. All I got to do is select the skirt. I think this one is going to be perfect. Get these on here, and that's the cool part about these jigs. You can switch skirts if you want to. This one is going to be so pretty. I don't think I'll ever change it. Push it up, and there's the lead collar, which we pre-molded. You push it up over that one. Snuggle right up. There we go. Finished product. Boy, that's beautiful. You get one of these in your hands, I mean, it's like it came right out of the store. And the satisfaction you feel from making one of these, boy, it's really great. And when you hook a lunker, oh boy, there's just something special about it. I really enjoy it, and I think you will too.